here's a holiday for the kids as well as the inner child in all of us adults. It's National American Teddy Bear Day, and a local crafter creates a special version of these stuffed animals. We are so happy to have the owner of Steele Makes, Samantha Steele, here with us today, and a wonderful display. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us a little bit about how you got interested in making these beautiful teddy bears.
Well, I started quilting about 20 years ago and have been obsessed with it ever since. About 3 years ago, my dad passed away, so I wanted to make a memory for his grandkids, my nieces and nephews, to have. So I created all of these quilts out of his clothing.
Oh, wonderful.
I even embroidered them all with a hug from Dad so you can wrap yourself up in them.
Oh, how wonderful.
And then when some of my customers started seeing the quilts, they asked for items in different price points, so I came up with the bears and also the pillows.
This is such a wonderful idea. Now, I've heard of memory bears before, but how did you start to create these? Because I have to imagine that making a teddy bear is kind of challenging.
It is challenging, especially when you're used to working in a flat media
Surface,
like the quilts, to go to something 3D. But I'm lucky I'm part of a quilt guild, and there's a lot of wonderful women there that were able to help me out to figure out exactly how all of the pieces go together.
And so what do you have here? Can you talk us through some of these?
So these are made out of a flannel shirt, which is definitely the most popular. They're very soft and cuddly. A women's shirt, just a men's pair of jeans, which is great. It's especially great if the man was a painter and they can be covered in paint splatters. It really brings back a lot of fond memories.
Yeah.
These two over here are made out of the blanket of a woman who actually used to make the bears, but she has since passed away, so her daughter asked me if I could make a couple for their family.
Oh, and what are you finding and hearing? Because when someone reaches out to you and asks you for something, it's not just placing an order. There's usually a story attached to it, right?
And that's my favorite part. I absolutely love to hear all of the stories about the families and who this person was to them, and then to see smiles on kids' faces or adults' faces and them just cuddle up and hug the bears.
Oh.
The second they see them, they can't resist picking them up.
You mentioned you got into quilting 20 years ago.
Yes.
Is there a reason you picked up quilting?
I was in high school at Shaler. I think you went to Shaler
as
well.
Yes, I did, yeah.
And one of our teachers had us as a group in the class get together and make a quilt for charity. And we started that quilt in class, and then I went home and made one myself before the whole class could even finish theirs.
And I have to say, I love this idea of the teddy bears too, because this is something that you can physically hold and cuddle. So even though you can't be with that person,
it's like still getting a hug from them.
Do you have, I know you've just been doing the teddy bears for a little while now, but have you heard any really remarkable stories that have stayed with you?
Yeah, I have a woman that her mother passed away just shortly before her daughter was born, and she was able to give her daughter that bear, and they sit together and they tell stories about grandma and what she was like and how much she would have loved being there to give her a hug.
It's really wonderful. Tell us about the pillows too.
The pillows are another item that people really love. You can again pick it up, hug it, squeeze it, watch TV, and really enjoy having that. They work great with men's shirts with the buttons down the front. I can also make collegiate shirts, any of your favorite t-shirt memories, your favorite band or concert.
Well, I was going to say too, we actually had one of these made, and it wasn't in memory of somebody, but it was in memory of our Lila, who was not a baby anymore.
Right.
So we had this lovely baby blanket, and we didn't know what to do with it. So you can do things like that too. It's not just because somebody has passed away.
It doesn't have to be a memorial blanket or bear or pillow. It can definitely just be your favorite memory that you want to cherish and hold on to forever.
What are you hoping to do with your business?
I really just love bringing a smile to people's faces. I love helping families cement the memories for generations to come and just have that tangible thing that they can hold on to.
If somebody is interested in doing a quilt, because this obviously will require more pieces.
Yes.
About how much do you need?
I usually say about 20 articles of clothing to do a quilt.
Right.
The bears take one item.
It just takes one?
Yes.
One large item. Well, thank you so much for coming on
today.
Thank you. This has been really wonderful to get to know you and more about your products too. And if you would like to purchase a memory bear or another awesome item from Samantha, we'll link you up on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh, and we'll be right back after the break.